I had to stop the video, got a call. Can you say that again on my... This will be good for our viewers at home. So while the song is playing...
Before we go there, you know, I always have another thought on everything.
Yeah.
So part of the struggle with this lesson was keeping it engaging and physical enough. This is a lot of there's too much for me, but I really tried to figure a way around the blah, 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 the person at the front of the room. So if we move this to the end, there is almost no activity through this whole thing.
What are we going to move to the end? No.
You still do the one that you have.
Yeah.
Where you get
Yeah.
them in the
You
corners.
do it twice.
No,
Yeah.
No,
You just
we
have
do
them in the corners.
Yeah.
That activity.
Yeah.
Stick with the activity that you have
Yeah.
in there, which is
Okay,
you've got them in
okay,
corners,
okay.
finding two people
Commonality,
that
yes.
they, commonality. And then just take Ginny's idea, which is the tossing of the yarn.
And it's just
Is a
throwing it
closing
to somebody
circle at the
around.
end.
Connection
Let's just
twister.
all
Okay, I love
gather
it.
around
I
right
love
now.
it.
We're
Yeah.
going to listen to a song.
it.
As you do this,
Yeah.
quietly, but playfully, we're just going to create a web of friendship.
Yes.
Amongst our class.
Which relates
I've
back
read
to the
that.
ABC
I've seen that
books,
done
too.
somewhere before.
It was actually in tip. Anna Maria, it was in tip. They
Yeah.
do it. And then you have a balloon, different size balloons, and you see that the more yarn you do, you have a bigger web and the balloons don't fall
That's
through.
actually the closing activity in the Project Cornerstone, Take It Personally course.
we did that
So
in-
you've seen
when we
this
were third
before.
grade, yeah.
Okay, so
Okay,
just for
so
the
I will
viewers at
write
home,
that in.
real quick then. So it'll be, we're
Okay.
playing Connection Twister with a ball of yarn at the end while the music's
you have
playing.
okay, so you got a ball of yarn. Before
Okay.
the song starts going, everybody stand up and sort of form a
Standing
loose
in a
circle.
circle.
It's gonna be fun. The tables, it's really not gonna work that well, but who cares?
Bye,
It's
Deidre.
fun.
Thank you for
And
coming.
so you
all matter.
You send the ball to somebody that's not right next to you. The idea is to create
Yes.
a web.
Now,
so
but are
the
we-
instruction you need to give is you need to send it to somebody at least more than one person away from you. So I'm standing here. I throw it to Chaitali throws it to Anna Maria throws it to Netta, and we're just doing this while the
Okay,
song is
so
playing.
they're only throwing it this to someone who's not standing right next to them. That's the only,
Yeah,
it's
'cause you
not
don't
to
want them-
someone that they met
No, 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 no.
at their
Sorry,
group
no,
exercise.
Too much. Too much.
Too much. It's
Too
just
much.
silent
And you can't coordinate all
tossing.
that. The whole idea is
Just for our
just to
viewers at
create a
home.
web. And
So-
the
so
reason
we're
you
not
don't want
doing
them to
the
hand that
sharing.
person next to them is you need a web. You don't want a circle.
Okay,
With
so
it, right?
before the song starts, we're gonna explain that.
Explain it.
Okay,
And I'll put
okay.
it in there.
We're gonna show
Okay,
the web of
And then while the
connection.
song's playing, you're creating the web
Okay.
and having fun. And then hopefully by the end of the song, you've got this everybody's
connection.
connected. Okay, so now if you really want to play into some of the points of Project Cornerstone, you could do when the song ends, everybody's holding on, and you could say, okay, but everybody take a little make sure you're holding on, don't let go, take a little step back, or you can have them just pull on it a little bit, and you can make the point that during our lessons here today, we've created
A web of support.
connectivity with each other, and I feel a little bit more connected to all of you, and thank you for sharing your time, and hope you
Yeah.
take these on into high school if you're doing 8th grade, right?
Yeah.
And then you drop it, and you let it go.
And you
That's
know
sort of
what? The other, so, okay, so we won't, this isn't Connection Twister, this will be called really Web of Support or Web of
Yes.
Connectivity.
Yes.
Project Cornerstone has it as a Web of Support.
Web of support.
Do you want Web of Support or Web of Connectivity? Say both.
Benevolent dictator, I will choose it when I write it in.
What do you guys, what rises to you the most? Your Web of Connectivity? Web of Support? Connectivity?
I'm just gonna write whatever.
And you said support? You can say both, but in terms of writing it for the lesson. Okay. Here's the other metaphor that I think is really cool with that is, we talked about how to make friends starts with a conversation, and when you're conversing, you want to make sure you're keeping that ball in the air. There's just a nice metaphor there with, which you might be able to work into your words, like, as we've connected through conversations, through things we have in common, even just touch them back to that memory of, remember when we want to keep the balls in the air with our conversation? So keep the ball moving.
Can I make a suggestion?
Yeah.
Let's make these changes.
A consideration would be to take it the full cornerstone where we have balloons, or at least one balloon or one very, very light ball. Because what we are building is not only these connections, but this builds a more
Web of
positive
support.
school climate, both here at Rolling Hills and 8th graders into high school next year. So you have a responsibility, or you have a role here, where you're keeping these relationships and these connections afloat, so everybody matters.
Oh, that, I like that, the everybody matters,
Yeah.
which is so important nowadays for people, right? We know that when people feel they matter, they don't do things like risky behaviors, committing suicide or harmful things.
Right.
I like that. Now, so you,
Getting a
so,
pack of balloons is simple, and then each person could just blow it up
Blow up a
before. You could just let it, when you're
So
done with the
one-
web, let it
probably
out
one-
onto it.
Yeah.
and what works best,
Although it
probably
might
one
fall
fairly
through.
I would
large
say-
balloon,
Yeah, I
right?
would say
It's
one large heavy balloon.
One
if you-
large
yeah.
balloon. You know those supersized, so maybe we
So
could
that
get
they
some
can
of
be
those.
successful, because those of you who've
Right.
been in the take personally classes, sometimes
yeah.
they're not. It's like, oh, this
And we
isn't gonna
don't want it
work.
to be about-
We want to build the success story.
Yeah. I could get some big balloons, you're feeling, no?
Yeah, I always struggle at the last minute, so this is gonna be imagine they could be like 15, 20 feet apart from each other, so this web is gonna have enormous holes,
Right.
like
It'd have to be a
6-foot
really huge.
holes. I mean, we could have them try to get small, but I don't
Well,
know
we
that we
could
can do it with
wonder if
desks
we
and
don't put,
everything.
why don't we just wait till they've built it and then we'll be the last one to grab the yarn and we can put the balloon on top. And that could be the metaphor, is like, right?
Or we can make it like a game, like keep this balloon tossing, don't let it pass. through.
Don't let it, yeah,
So
yeah.
that will be like a small challenge for the.
And then,
Go outside for this, or would that be,
what?
We wouldn't
Oh,
have
could they go outside?
yeah, the music.
Yeah.
And we actually probably wouldn't have time,
We
but.
have some yarn.
But
in the cabin
how
already,
bad
right?
is it when the balloon falls on the ground? You guys who have done it.
Well, when you're
Does
making the point that your job is to keep it up,
Yeah.
We want
It-
them to feel positive.
yeah.
Well, I mean, if it
Well-
falls through, then you say, let's catch them and put them back on.
Yeah, I kind of like that metaphor too of, hey, there's no,
I
when
did,
things,
I did this 2 months ago with my fourth grader, and I tossed a balloon and it fell, and I said, I think we can do better than this, and then we kept going, and then.
with a
we
yarn
just-
you did it, or
with the
just tossing a balloon?
With the yarn and the balloon.
With the whole classroom you did it?
Uh-huh,
Oh,
yeah.
excellent.
Yeah, we just
Okay.
formed a circle, which is kind of squeezed in around the desks and everything, so it works.
And this was
We had
like
it for the
30 kids.
elementary lesson.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
But not
So
So
one
we
circle.
didn't go outside of the desks, we kind of just stayed around the desks
And you had a yarn, ball
Uh-huh.
yarn.
Yeah.
What size do we need to buy now?
Well,
And I-
it wasn't,
it's
yeah, it was
that-
just, I didn't use the
taking
whole thing.
responsibility,
Amazing.
I didn't
Right,
use
because
the
it's not
whole
just
thing.
about having fun, you're responsible for something
Right, and that
important.
everyone matters.
Yeah, yeah.
Right?
Because one thing, 'cause
Now-
yesterday when that shooting happened, my younger son said, immediately, she said, oh, she needed Cornerstone. And it made me feel so good. I'm like, yes, exactly. So they need to all have that mentality.
Kid, does it work at all to have people pass it back and forth more than once? Like if I pass it to you and like the song's still playing, does it make any sense to just keep passing till the song's over?
Why not?
Right? Why not?
Yeah.
That's fun.
It's a matter of, okay, look at this, now we're gonna have this balloon, and you might say, do you think we've got a strong enough web? No, let's pass it around a little bit, yeah, and that's
And let's
empowering the
keep
students
throwing
to be
the
part of
yarn.
that solution.
Oh, right,
And
like
I
throw
drew a
it
face on the
to keep.
balloon, and we gave him a name.
Oh, that's a fun idea. You guys write that down. Draw a face on your balloon and give it a name.
Well, it's also this idea of reaching out to others, right?
Yeah.
Some of us actually struggle making friendships and having friendships, this
God,
is a
there's so many
challenge.
metaphors in
There's
this.
so much there.
Right, so like throw the ball to where you see it needs more yarn.
Wait, so
To
who's
hold the
in
balloon.
charge of
Getting
getting
a
what?
balloon?
At least 4 balls of yarn and pack of balloons.
I think we have yarn in the cabinet,
You
right?
don't want to reuse it, I can bring my, I don't know, like.
I saw it
guess
in
I'm
there.
used to elementary, we just bring my,
Oh,
I just bring my
yeah.
own supplies.
You know,
you
let's
know?
go
What do
look
we
in
do
there
in
because I
8th
think
grade?
for
We
fifth
got
grade.
back-to-back classes.
No, last month for fifth grade, we
Yeah.
had this lesson. I think I saw the yarn
I
in
think there
there.
is a ball of yarn in there.
More than
Well,
one. Let's
But
go
you're
look.
saying we
We need
can't,
one for every class.
Yeah, but we'll
Yeah,
go look,
yeah.
see how many were in there.
okay.
And someone has to somehow figure out how to reuse it so that we're environmentally sound afterwards.
I agree.
Whenever I do this, there's always somebody, it's usually with adults, but there's always somebody, and I've done it a few times with kids, who loves the
Love
idea
rolling that
of
up.
rolling it back
My
up.
kid would.
There's
Oh,
always
it's
somebody, that's
so
actually me, but
zen.
there's always somebody
Yeah,
who
well,
loves doing
we
that.
could have,
Okay.
like when we're back to back in 8th grade, we could have somebody in the next class, sitting at their desk doing it for us while we're doing the
It's
lesson.
therapy.
Yeah, yeah.
You see, Anna Maria, in 8th grade when we're back to back, we could have somebody in the next class be doing it at their desk. Maybe we can ask the teachers, because we would want it to be somebody that wouldn't be too distracted doing
So
that.
how about?
Oh, while the next class is
I
starting.
can volunteer to buy like 3 yarns, right? And they'll be there in the cupboard for whoever needs them. And if you have a kid who's, or maybe it's too tangled and you need to have a second, right?
A
For the next
backup
class,
yarn.
then we have them.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
3 big.
Yeah,
yarn.
and we could also
Yes,
have,
the
and we
fat
will have 6th grade.
Oh, yeah, the fat yarn.
And we have 6th grade could have 6th grade going on,
At the
and
same
will have
time.
6th grade going on at the same time.
Right.
We will?
Yes.
On the
Well, it depends.
26th?
Our class
They're
is
all,
my
ours are gonna be April 26th now for 8th
I'll bring
grade.
my own yarn.
I have
Yeah,
two
why
of
don't
those
you
in
guys
my
all
house.
bring your own yarn
And I'll
too,
just have
just to
3
be
in
safe?
case.
And 3 in case, and make sure it's big fat yarn.
Fat yarn is
And
important.
before we all
All
break,
right, I gotta add that to the
you guys,
key.
it has been
the
so awesome
front.
to have everyone here for all these trainings. Thank you for doing what it took to get here. This is special, right?
That's why I'm sad.
You guys all want to see Netta cry at home?
No.
So we missed you. Yes. Thank you so much for coming.
And a reminder, we need you all next year.
Yes,
For 7th
even
grade.
those viewers at home, we can do this.
next year.
With technology.
Jenny's staying.
Ginny, we need you next year.
I'll flunk my child so I can stay another year.
There you go.
You don't have
All
to
right,
do
and a
that.
big round of applause for Amy, who's been
Yes.
crafting our curriculum as part of the team effort, and Anna Maria was her cohort. Yes. Yay.
Thank you.
She's quiet,
Thank
but
you,
she'll be great.
everyone. This has been awesome. Tell everyone how great it is so we have more people. Post on your Facebook pages.